Chapter 6 Kings of the Solar Race. Lomaharshana said, 1. Satyavrata, observing the rules of kind conduct, treated Vishwamitra's wife with compassion and as a result of his own vow. 2. He killed wild buffaloes, pigs and deer and tied their pieces of flesh to a tree near Vishwamitra's hermitage. 3-6. He took up the sacred practice of upasu, observance of silence, and entered upon penance for 12 years. He remained there as per his father's orders. When the king went to the forest, the city of Ayodhya and the entire kingdom were governed by sage Vasishtha. In view of his relationship as the king's teacher and family priest, he also looked after the affairs of the harem. O sinless one, whether it was because of his childhood or because of the inevitability of events that were to happen, Satyavrata maintained a perpetual hatred for Vasishtha, for although he was his father's favorite son, when he was banished, sage Vasishtha did not attempt to intercede. 7-8. The mantras chanted during a marriage ceremony become effective when the seventh step is taken. Therefore Satyavrata killed the bride and groom at the seventh step. But O Brahmans, Satyavrata grew angry with Vasishtha, thinking in his mind, Vasishtha knows the dharma, but he will not save me. 9-10. It was for moral reasons that Vasishtha did not intervene on Satyavrata's behalf. Satyavrata could not understand this silent behavior. Even the great father was displeased with him. Therefore, Indra did not send rain for 12 years. 11-16. But now he himself took up the great sacred ritual, which was very difficult to perform on earth. O Brahmins, he continued it, thinking that his sin would be atoned for and the family would be saved. Vasishtha did not stop his father while banishing him because the sage thought that his father could crown his son. The mighty Satyavrata continued the vow for 12 years. Once, when there was no meat anywhere, the prince Vasishtha Maharishi saw the cow Kamadhenu. O great sage, the king, following the custom of the land in which he lived, killed that cow. He was very hungry and completely exhausted. Because of anger and delusion against Vasishtha, he did not hesitate in this heinous crime. He ate the meat of the cow and fed it to the sons of Vishwamitra. Knowing about it, Vasishtha became angry. Vasishtha said, 17-19. O cruel one, even if the previous 2 pegs were not effective, I will certainly correct this peg of sin. Now your sin is threefold: displeasing your father, kidnapping another man's wife and killing the cow belonging to your teacher. Thus, the sage, who had performed great penance, seeing his 3 pegs of sin, called him Trishanku. That is why he is called Trishanku. 20. Vishwamitra was pleased with his wife and bestowed boons on her. 21. When the prince was asked to choose a boon of his choice, he said, I want to go to heaven in this physical form. 22-23. When the 12 years of famine were over, Vishwamitra crowned him in the kingdom of his ancestors and performed a sacrifice on his behalf. The sage who had performed this great penance ascended him to heaven in his physical form in the presence of the gods and Vasishtha. 24. His wife Satyaratha, who was born in the Kaikya family, bore him a sinless son, Harishchandra. 25. That king was known as Harishchandra and Trashmkwa. He was famous as a king and as a performer of the Rajasuya sacrifice. 26. Harishchandra's son was Rohit. Harita is the son of Rohit and his son is called Chanchu. 27. O great sage, Vijaya is the son of Chanchu. He is the conqueror of the whole earth, and therefore he is called Vijay. 28. Rurukha is his son, and he is an expert in royal wealth and virtue. Vriku is the son of Rurukha and Bahu was born of Vriku. 29-30. He was deposed by the kings Haihayu and Talayangas. His pregnant wife took refuge in the hermitage of Orva. Even in that pious age he was not very pious. Bahu's son Sagara, along with poison born. 31 to 34. He went to the hermitage of Orva and was well protected by Bhargava. From Bhargava, King Sagara obtained the miraculous weapon of fire. After killing the Hehayas and the Talayangas, he conquered the earth. That faultless king, who knew the true Dharma, suppressed the religious practices of the Sakas, Pallavas, Kshatriyas and Paradas, O excellent sages. The sages said, how was he born in the forest along with poison? Why did that disobedient king severely suppress the traditional religious practices of the Sakas and others, as well as the practices of the Kshatriyas of great prowess? O most wise one, tell us this in detail. Lomaharshana said, 35 to 36. Bahu was immersed in evil. Therefore, O noble Brahmins, the Hihayus and the Talajangas completely lost their kingdom along with the Sakas. The 5 groups of kings, the Sakas, the Yavanas, the Paradas, the Kambojas and the Pallavas, displayed their valor on behalf of the Hihayus. 37. Having lost his kingdom, King Bahu went to the forest with his wife. In unbearable grief, he ended his life. 38. His pregnant wife of the Yadu clan followed him. O sinless one! In the past her co-wife had poisoned her. 39. This co-wife arranged the pyre of their common husband in the forest and climbed on it. O Brahmins, Orava, a descendant of Bhrigu, saved her out of compassion. 40. In the hermitage, the child in the womb came out along with the poison and thus the great King Sagara was born. 41. Orava performed the postnatal rites and other rituals for the child. He taught him the Vedas and the Shastras. Then, he taught him the method of wielding miraculous weapons. 42 to 43. He taught him the miraculous fire weapons, O blessed one, which are unendurable even for the immortals. The king, endowed with great strength, endowed with the power of miraculous missiles, soon killed the Hehayas in battle, like the wrathful Rudra who destroys the Vasus. He gained further fame in the world as the foremost of famous persons. 44. After that, he resolved to exterminate the Sakas, Yavanas, Kambojas, Paradas and Pallavas. 45. Those who were slain by that hero, the excellent Sagara, surrendered to that wise sage and took refuge in Vasishtha. 46. The wise sage Vasishtha granted them freedom from fear on certain conditions. He then subdued Sagara. 47. Hearing his teacher's words and keeping his promise, Sagara suppressed their traditional customs and changed their attire. 48. He released the Sakavas by shaving half their heads. He shaved the heads of the Yavanas and Kambojas completely. 49. The Pardavas were ordered to keep their hair loose and the Pallavas to grow mustaches and beards. That great king forbade them from learning the Vedas and chanting the Vasatkara mantras. 50 to 51. O noble Brahmins, all these Kshatriyas, that is, the Sakas, Yavanas, Kambojas, Paradavas, Kalsarpas, Mahahisakas, Daryavas, Kolas and Karalites, were deprived of their traditional religious practices by the great-souled King Sagara, at the behest of Vasishtha. 52. After conquering this land, That virtuous and victorious king took the Ashwamedha initiation and left the sacrificial horse to wander at will. 53. His horse, which was roaming near the southeastern ocean on the shore, was stolen and taken underground. 54 to 55. After that, the king dug the place through his sons. While digging the great ocean, they encountered the Adi Purusha, Hari, Prajapati, Krishna and Vishnu sleeping in the guise of Kapila. 56. O great sages, when he woke up, they were burned by the fiery radiance that emanated from his eyes. But 4 of them escaped. 57. They were Bahaketu, Suketu, King Dharmaratha and the mighty Panchanada. These were the kings who established the dynasty. 58 to 59. Sri Hari. Narayana granted a boon to Ikshva that the dynasty would be eternal and they would have eternal fame. The Lord said that the ocean would be called his son and his abode in heaven would be eternal. The ocean took the arghya to him and bowed down to the king. 60. Therefore, the ocean got the title of Sagara. Sagara retrieved the sacrificial horse from the ocean. 61. That great king performed 100 Ashwamedha sacrifices. We have already heard that he had 60,000 sons. The sages said, 62. O Sutaha, how were the 60,000 sons of Sagara born? By what process or sacred act were they born? Lomaharshana said, 63 to 64. Sagara had 2 wives. Their sins were burnt by penance. The elder wife was Kesini, the daughter of Vidarbha. The younger wife was Mahati, the daughter of Arishtanemi. She was very righteous and unequaled in beauty in the world. 65 to 72. Aurava gave them a boon. Understand this, O noble Brahmins. He said, one of you who has performed penance may receive 60,000 sons. The other should receive 1 son who will perpetuate the lineage. You may choose as you wish. One of them, accordingly, accepted 60,000 sons, while the other accepted 1 son who would establish the dynasty. The sage said, so be it. Kesini bore Sagara a son named Asamanjasa. That son of great fame became king with the name Panchjana. Another woman gave birth to a god filled with seeds, Mani. Thus we have heard, there, 60,000 embryos, each the size of a fenugreek seed, grew. As time passed, they grew comfortably. The nurses deposited the embryos in pots filled with ghee. They gave nutritious food to each one. In 10 months they grew in due order. These princes pleased Sagara at the right time. O Brahmins, thus 60,000 sons were born to him. The sons of that king were born from that god like a large embryo. The divine radiance of Narayana spread in the bodies of those great men. 73. Another woman, the only son of Panchajana, became king. The son of Panchajana was Anshuman. He was very valiant. 74 to 77. Dilipu was his son. He was famous as Khatwanga. He only got Mahota, a long life. He descended from heaven and conceived the 3 worlds by his intelligence and inner strength. O sinless ones, the heir of Dilip is Bhagirath. He is the one who brought down the sacred Ganga from heaven. He took it to the sea and made it his daughter. That is why, The Ganga is called Bhagirathi by historians. Bhagirata's son is famous by the name of Shruta, 78. Nabhaga was the son of Shruta. He was very pious. Ambrisha was the son of Nabhaga and the father of Sindhu Dweep, 79. Ayutajit was the valiant heir of Sindhu Dweep. Ayuthahit's son Rituparna was of great fame. 80. He was proficient in the divine mantra called Akshahriday. That great king was a friend of Nal. Athaparni was the son of Rituparna. He acquired great fame. 81. Sudasa was his son. That king became a friend of Indra. Saudasa was the son of King Sudasa. 82. The king's friend was famous as Kalmasapada. The son of Kalmasapada was called Sarvakarma. 83. Sarvakarma's son was the famous Anaranya. Nigna was the son of Anaranya. Nigna had two sons. 84. They were Anamitra and Raghu. They were the greatest of all good kings. Anamitra's son was Duliduha, he was a learned king. 85 to 87. Dilipu was his son. He was the great-grandfather of Rama. Dilipu's son Raghu was a powerful king of the kingdom of Ayodhya. Aju was born as the son of Raghu. He was the father of Dasharatha. Rama was born to Dasharatha. Rama's son was Kusa. 88. Atithi was born to Kusa. He was a righteous king of great fame. To Atithi was born a valiant man named Nishtha. 89. Nala was the son of Nishtha. Nabha was the son of Nala. Nabha's son was Pundarika and his son was Shemadhanvan. 90. The valiant Devani was the son of Shemadhanvan. Devani was the son of Ahinagu, a great lord. 91. Ahinagu's heir was Sudhanvan. Sudhanvan's son was King Sala. 92. The son of Shalu was the righteous, Ukya. The son of Vajranabhu and Nala was the son of that great emperor. 93. O great sage! Only two Nalas are famous in the Puranas. One was the son of Virasena and the other was a prominent descendant of the Ikshwaku dynasty. 94. The kings born in the Ikshwaku dynasty are praised according to their importance. The kings of the Surya dynasty are such, they are extremely intelligent and brave. 95. Aditya, Vivaswan. The Lord Shraddhadeva, who gives nourishment to people, whoever recites this creation is blessed with offspring. He attains the world of Vivaswan.